Listen, everyone, all is not well in Trumpville. And I'm going to talk to you about cabinet, or I should say, palace intrigue, unlike any other. And this New York Times, there's a new New York Times report that gives us really unprecedented insight into what is happening with the Trump administration, especially between certain cabinet officials and Elon Musk. It appears to be cabinet officials, a certain few of them, versus Elon Musk. On top of that, don't be fooled. Donald Trump is running scared. He is nervous about the tariffs. He's nervous about the stock markets. Remember, he uses the stock markets to engage the overall health of the economy. And the economy is not doing great right now. Was doing better under Joe Biden. The economy is not doing great right now under his leadership or tutelage, however you want to put it. The stock market not doing well, and his approval ratings are down. And I believe that there is internal polling showing him that DOGE is dragging his approval rating down. So this remarkable meeting that happened in the White House is an explosive meeting that Trump says, the New York Times says, inside the explosive meeting where Trump officials clashed with Elon Musk. Simmering anger at the billionaire's unchecked power spilled out in a remarkable cabinet room meeting. The president quickly moved to rein in Mr. Musk. First time really that has happened. Most of this, they said, was between Marco Rubio, who is the Secretary of State, and Elon Musk, who is the head of DOGE. Apparently, Elon Musk is saying in this meeting, in this reporting, that Marco Rubio did not do enough, did not fire enough people. And that started the whole thing off. This is Jonathan Swan and Maggie Haberman's reporting. And so they were going back and forth. And Marco Rubio says, look, a lot of people have taken early retirement. You don't see that as these people, as us saving or at least getting rid of some jobs. And then it started from there, the two men going back and forth with each other. And then also the transportation secretary, Sean Duffy, jumping in as well, scolding Mr. Musk and his DOGE team, his team of young people, for wanting him to get rid of and fire FAA employees. And Duffy says, you want me to do that while planes are falling out of the sky? And he said, well, and then Elon Musk says, well, you give me the names of the people that we fired. And he says, they didn't fire him. Duffy says, we didn't fire them. We don't have any names because smartly, we didn't fire them even on the recommendation of you and your DOGE people. Musk was not being truthful with Mr. Rubio. That's what Rubio was saying during the meeting. What about the more than 1,500 State Department officials who took early retirement buyouts? Didn't they count as layoffs? And then Musk fired back. So there's all of this going on. Donald Trump has to jump in and takes up for Marco Rubio and then set some limits on Elon Musk. People have been complaining about this sort of chainsaw aspect. And that is a quote from the New York Times, chainsaw aspect of people who are being fired by the DOGE people. Donald Trump then putting out, apparently after this meeting, a post saying that they would take a different approach and they would pull back on this chainsaw aspect of the firings, or at least the layoff, so to speak, of certain people. This is, people think, you guys may think that, oh my gosh, the Trump folks, they have it all together. They have every lever of government. They do have every lever of government, the legislative, judicial, and the executive branch, but they don't know how to govern. And it appears these cabinets, I guess this cabinet of what some thought would be yes men, has actually become, in certain ways, because of Marco Rubio and Sean Duffy, a cabinet of rivals. And they are pushing back hard on the things that Elon Musk is doing. And it appears that they now have the support of the president. How long that is going to last? Elon Musk saying, I know better than you because I have started and run highly successful billion-dollar businesses, so I know better than you, but has no government experience. And Marco Rubio is saying, I have more government experience than you do, and I think I know how to handle this better. The folks who are in this meeting who really spoke up were Elon Musk, Marco Rubio, Sean Duffy, Howard Lutnick, and then several cabinet secretaries. But the one who is in the most perilous position here is the Veterans Secretary, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs, and that is Doug Collins, because there are a number of veterans who will be affected by this and veteran services. So he is concerned that the actual constituents of Donald Trump, of MAGA, of the Republican Party, which are people who have served their countries, those people would be left out in the cold. That they will have services, they will lose services that they are entitled to and have been entitled to for as long as one can remember, for decades and decades and decades now. And therefore, Elon Musk, not knowing how the government actually works, a non-elected official or someone who is at least cutting these jobs, the president making it very clear after that meeting that Elon Musk, that his role and the DOGE role, and this is according to the reporting, would be that he was an advisor to the president and just in an advisory role and would give recommendations. The president himself reiterating that again. Apparently, the cabinet secretaries liked that, but they were afraid. They were afraid to weigh in at this meeting after, again, according to the reporting, the caustic responses and answers coming from Elon Musk, that it scared them and they were afraid to speak up. The people he's going at it with, Rubio and Duffy, calling Elon Musk out on what they were calling BS, or that he was not being truthful. Elon Musk telling Marco Rubio that you're terrible at your job, according to the reporting, and you are just good on television. And Donald Trump apparently jumped in to back up Marco Rubio and tell him he's actually doing a good job and that he's traveling a lot and that part of his role was to be on television touting the good things that the Trump administration were doing. So this is, again, more than palace intrigue, but I think this gives us an insight into how the American people are feeling. They may not be seeing it. The administration may be doing a good job of hiding what's going on behind closed doors, but the American people are not stupid. They see the chaos. They're pushing back against Republicans in deep red Republican districts at town hall meetings, pushing back against them publicly. And then, of course, that fake State of the Union that happened the other night, that joint address to Congress, I think folks are seeing through that as well, seeing through it as just sort of window dressing on an administration that is in chaos, an administration that doesn't know how to govern, an administration that is tanking the economy, an administration that is not being transparent and candid and honest with their very own voters. And so don't buy into this bluster that I am the king, I am the chosen one. We know exactly what they're doing. They don't. And if you don't believe it, look at your stock portfolio if you're lucky to have one. Look at your retirement. Look at your 401k. And by the way, just an indication, we like to evidence and to show polls and to show numbers here, an indication of just how chaotic the American people think of this administration, the chaos that they believe it's in.
Look at this number, up 320% this term's average week versus the first term. This 46-day stretch that the Trump presidency has gone on has the most number of searches for Trump and chaos on record. The American people are seeing this. They think that Donald Trump is like Butters in South Park. He is Professor Chaos. That is what is going on. The American people at this particular point are going, what is happening here? They are seeing Trump and they are associating him with the word chaos.
Are you okay with all of this chaos? Are the American people okay with all of the chaos? How soon before the wheels fall off? How soon before people realize that, hey, I'm getting less for my money, for my dollar. I'm getting fewer services. Costs are rising. Tariffs are problematic. And to show you just how afraid Donald Trump is, how nervous, how worried he is, in the middle of the day, out of nowhere, an impromptu meeting that he called, press briefing, that was initially supposed to be live and then it was taped, and all he did was sit there and talk about how great the tariffs are, even though the numbers don't indicate that. How much people are loving them. No one is saying how much they love the tariffs. And potentially what he's going to do to stop the war in Ukraine and Russia. There's no indication that there's anything now that's happening on the horizon. So again, smoke and mirrors, a lot of bluster, but behind the scenes, a lot of nervousness, a lot of worry that the wheels are falling off, not only on the economy, but on this administration, which is very young, only within 40 or so days in office. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.